Did you know that in certain parts of France, it was once illegal to not have a burial plot? That's right. Welcome back to Bizarre Regs, the channel where we uncover the world's weirdest laws and regulations. Today, we're heading to France, where we found a law that's pretty final. There was a time when if you didn't own a burial plot, you were breaking the law. Sounds wild, but let's dig into it, no pun intended. So, what's the deal with this burial plot law? In some French towns, the local government had a bit of a problem. There wasn't enough space in cemeteries to bury the dead. As populations grew, particularly in small towns with limited land, finding room for new graves became a serious issue. And let's face it, that's not the kind of thing you can just ignore. To prevent the situation from spiraling out of control, some towns introduced a law that required people to purchase a burial plot in advance. The idea was that everyone would plan ahead, and the town could better manage its cemetery space. It was a way to make sure there was enough room for everyone. Eventually. But here's where things get even weirder. In 2008, one town in the south of France, Bizarre Regs, took this burial plot rule to the extreme. The mayor passed a law stating that if you didn't already own a burial plot, you couldn't die within the town limits. Yes, you heard that right, the law literally made it illegal to die in the town unless you had a plot waiting for you. And the mayor wasn't joking. The penalty for breaking this law? Well, let's just say it was more symbolic than anything else, because, you know, you're dead. But why would a town create such a bizarre law? Well, it was actually a protest of sorts. The town had been requesting permission from higher authorities to expand its cemetery, but they kept getting denied. So, the mayor's way of bringing attention to the issue was by making this no dying without a plot law as a kind of absurd way to highlight the problem. Of course, this law was more about making a point than actually punishing people for not following it. I mean, can you really enforce a rule against dying? But still, it captured attention and drew plenty of headlines at the time. And let's be honest, it's the kind of law that definitely sticks in your mind. While the law might sound ridiculous, it reflects a real issue that many small towns in France have faced: lack of space. In some areas, buying a burial plot in advance is still common, though the laws around it have become less extreme. Most places now have regulations in place to make sure cemetery space is managed more effectively, without the need for such dramatic rules. So, what should you do if you ever find yourself in a small French town without a burial plot? Well, no need to panic, just make sure you're following the local customs, and you'll be fine. And maybe take it as a reminder that even laws that sound bizarre can have a pretty important purpose behind them. Thanks for joining me on today's journey into France's burial plot requirement, a law that truly takes the phrase "plan ahead" to the next level. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more strange and unusual laws from around the world, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Bizarre Regs. Do you know of any other odd laws about death or burial? Drop them in the comments below. This is Bizarre Regs, where we keep the world weird, one law at a time. See you next time.